you tell me what is encapsulation? Okay, 95, can you tell me the answer?
De- Encapsulation defines different access levels for data variables and member functions of the class member.
Mhm. Okay, so this is one of the very, very important principles of object orientation. Encapsulation is binding of the data and member functions together in a class. That is encapsulation. What is the advantage that you get with encapsulation is data hiding. Concept of encapsulation is data hiding. The advantage that I get with encapsulation is data security. Okay, so how do you get the data security? Because if you just take these two paradigms in C and Python, in C programming, the data moves around. Okay, so you do have only two levels of protection. Either you say it is a local variable, or else you will say that it is a global variable, and the global variables are available to all the functions. It is not restricted to a single function. If you want to restrict it to a single function, then you have to make it local to the function. So that's the only thing like you will be doing in C programming. But here in Python or any of the object oriented programming languages, maybe the number of the access modifiers may differ. In Java, we have four kinds of modifiers. In Python, we have three types of access modifiers. But these will be default, like the public, protected, and private will be there in any of the programming languages which are object oriented, which follows the object oriented paradigm. So these three are the access modifiers: the public access modifier, and protected and private. So let us look into what will happen if I say public. Public means that like how I associate. You generally say you are saying variables, right? You're saying A is equal to some 20 or 30 or like this. Okay, so what you will do is when you say A is equal to 20, by default it is a public it's a public access modifier. So that's what I mentioned here. All the data members and member functions of a class are public by default. What is meant by public by default? Okay, so you needn't mention this public keyword and all that. And so what is meant by public? Any data or function with access level public can be accessed by any function belonging to any class. Now in my program I can have any classes, right? Okay, so I can have more than one class in my program. Like how you write more than one function in your program, in the similar way, like you can have more than one class also inside your program. And here there are many things to understand. Two classes or three classes, say for example I'm having two classes. Having two classes in the same program, two different classes in two different programs can access each other, and also two different classes in two different packages also can access each other, right? So here public means that the variable can be accessed by anybody. Okay, so outside world can access it, outside package can access it, another program can access it. So you're giving it a public access. Okay, right. So here, while giving the public access, you should be very careful, because there is no security, right? So you're just saying it is a public variable, and some variables need to be public. Okay, so when you're developing your application. So private means that it is the, you can say that highest level of data protection. Okay, a variable private, you'll be giving this you we say that double underscore, also you say that dunder. Okay, so rather than pronouncing it as double underscore, we say it as dunder, which means that dunder. Okay, that if you make a variable private inside a class, not even other class in the same program can access it. ఓకే, సో సేమ్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ లో ఉన్న ఇంకో క్లాస్ కూడా ఆ వేరియబుల్ ని కానీ ఆ ఫంక్షన్ ని కానీ యాక్సెస్ చేసుకోలేదు. నాట్ ఓన్లీ ద వేరియబుల్స్, యూ కెన్ ఆల్సో మేక్ ద ఫంక్షన్స్ done I mean private, or you can just put underscore underscore. So wherein once you put this, it means that it is a private member. So the private members will not be accessed by even the other class in the same program. Okay, so that much security you're giving. So this is the highest level of data protection you will be giving to the variable. One is protected keyword, protected access modifier. You also say that access modifiers, access specifiers, all these are synonymical and all. Now coming to protected, protected is a concept which is associated with inheritance. Okay, so since we don't know what is inheritance, you won't be able to understand this protected concept. We'll discuss this protected in inheritance. Okay, only like inheritance means that, let me just give you a tinge of inheritance. Inheritance means that I can have a general class and a subclass, super class and subclass concept you also you'll be having. Okay, so when you have, which means that a parent class and a child class concept will come. So the parent class members can be accessed by the child class. Okay, so that concept is called as protected concept, which we'll be seeing in the later classes when I discuss inheritance. So as of now, these are the three access modifiers or specifiers that are supported in Python. In Java, you also have one more extra access modifiers, which is the default modifier. Okay, but here you don't have that. Now let us just look into the concept of class methods and self argument. Um, okay, and we just write a program for you, and then I'll come back to these functions. Okay, well, fine. So can you see my editor?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, fine.
Yes,
Let
ma'am.
me show you how to create a class. Okay, so we'll just create a simple class and see. Okay, fine. So I'm just saying class. So I'm using the keyword class to create the class, and I'm saying the name of the class is A and then a colon. Okay, so this is how I create a class. I'm saying class A colon. Okay, so now inside the class I can have the data members. Okay, so write one method inside this class. Okay, so I'll just write one method inside this class. So I'll just say def. Okay, so the methods are written in the same way how you write your functions. Okay, so the methods, the class can have variables. The class also will be having, so where do you declare your variables? You'll be declaring your variables here. Okay, so the class variables will be declared here. So I'm saying one. Okay, so x is equal to one or something I'm saying. And this is how I declare the data members. Okay, so and the functions I'll be declaring with the def keyword. So I'm saying def, and I do have some function here. And inside the function, per sure, I have to put the self parameter. So this is mandatory. I definitely have to put this self parameter. So I have to say self. First argument should be self. Okay. I'll tell you why it is self also. So then I'm saying I have another variable while. Okay. So it is taking one argument. Okay. So it's not taking two arguments. Remember this. The self should be there as a mandatory parameter. So you cannot put self after also. Okay. So the self should be the first argument inside your class method. Okay, so this is called as a method, class method, and which is a member of a class. So you can see that there are two things here. The first thing is the class data, and the second one is the function. Okay, so or the method of a class. So not to confuse, what we'll do is the methods, the class members will say that it is method, and the regular functions will say it as functions. Okay, so generally synonymously we use method or function, both are considered to be same in a whole, like they are synonymal. But whenever you talk about a method, you should think that it is a member of a class. Okay, so you're referring to a function which is a member of a class. When I say function, you should think that it is a normal function. Okay, so a class can have its normal functions also. I mean, a program can have its normal functions also. So here what I'm saying is I am taking y, right? So I'm making an variable here. So I'm saying self dot y is equal to y. Okay, so now I created an instance variable here, and this is a class variable. As of now, we will just remove this. Let you just understand what is a basic. That is enough. Okay, so this is my class. I just have a class. Inside this class, I have a method. Okay, fine. Now I came out of the class. You can see the indentation that I have put it. Okay, so I have put at the first line of the program. So wherein like I have come out of the class. Okay, so what is there in the class? What is the name of the class? This A is the name of the class. And inside that, this is how you give the syntax of the class A and colon. And this is the function inside this class. Okay, fine. A very simple class. And now what I'm doing is I have to create the object. Okay, so how do you creation of an class? Okay, so you created a class here, or you created a blueprint, and you created a class which is with name A. Okay, so you created a class A. Okay, and here what we are doing is you need to create an object. How do you create an object? You will be naming an object. So I said the name of the object, I'm just saying obj is equal to. So I'm putting an equal to here. And then I'll be calling the class. How I'll be calling the class? I'll be calling the class with the parenthesis over here. Okay, so this is important because this will actually invoke. Okay, so this will actually invoke the constructor of the class. I'll talk about the constructor in the later way, but just as of now, just try to understand that I have object is equal to, this is the procedure how I create an object. I just created an object, and now I need to access the members of the class through the object. So how I'll do, I'll just call the fun function using the object. Okay, so I have to use the fun object to call the fun function. Okay, so I'm saying obj dot fun. This is what name dot class member name. Okay, so what is the class member? Fun. But here class, this fun is taking an argument. What is the argument that is this is taking? So say that I'm giving 8 over here. You needn't bother about this self. Okay, this self will be there in the function definition itself. You here you needn't say this self is nothing but this obj, because you have already called obj over here. So you're saying obj dot, this self will take this obj. Okay, so object reference it will be taking. So here while passing the arguments you needn't say this. Okay, right, from outside the outside the class. Okay, right. How do I do it? So I say obj dot y. Okay, so when I say obj dot y, I can access the variables of the class. This y is a variable of the class A. Okay, so which is specific to obj. Okay, fine. Let me execute this program and show it to you. You'll understand. So the answer will be 8. Okay, can you see, Sharma?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what did it print? What did it print? It has printed 8
Eight,
for me
ma'am.
on the screen. So what is 8? 8 is the value of the variable, right? Of the object obj. Okay. This is how I access the methods and also the variables of the class. If I want to access the variables, what I'll say obj, the name of the method dot y. If I want to access the functions, I'll say obj dot function, and the function will take whatever the rest of the parameters, whatever they are, you have to pass like the normal functions only. Okay, but so for the self, what will happen internally, it will take the object reference obj. So you needn't give self some value for the self over here. Is this understood to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Any function you write, you have to give this self. It is mandatory. If you do not give that, it will give you an error. Okay, so this is an important thing that you have to do. Okay, so say I just have taken off that self. See, it is giving me an error. So it is telling fun takes okay, so 2 it takes, and you're not giving all the 2s. So it is giving me an error, because if you're not giving this self, you'll get an error, because the object reference need to be passed. Okay, so this is an important thing. Did you understand, girls? What is self? Self is nothing but the object reference. Is it clear?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.